mention one more announcement that I think a lot of you are familiar with is the Rotary Academy. It's a great way to learn about Rotary and take classes and graduate from and get a certificate for having taken the course. So if you're interested, please let us know. Okay, so excited to announce our resident sort of cheerleader, fun, and just overall great guy. So it's really nice to have a chance to learn more about Novsky today.
Thank you, Deja. I appreciate it. So today, I wanted to share with you some stories about a love affair of mine. And the love affair really is with the English language. Now this is one of those love affairs that you hear on TV. It's tumultuous. It's one of those love affairs where late at night you hear screams, the furniture breaks, the glass breaks, and then in the morning everything is beautiful and wonderful and full of love. Because, as most of you know, English is a dyslexic language. In fact, when I came here to the United States as a political refugee from the Soviet Union at the age of 12, and I had to learn this language with no rules, grammar that changes by the minute, letters that can sound any which way they want and any word they want, I was convinced that it was an evil capitalist plot meant to melt my poor Russian immigrant brain. You know that rule I before E except after C rule? Yeah, most people know that one because it rhymes. Well, that applies to 10 words. 10 words, and there are 2 exceptions. What kind of a rule is that? Imagine having to learn the language when you come here at the age of 12, and now imagine going into inner city Chicago public school where at that particular point in time, 1989, all the foreign immigrants were Russian. So our ESL teacher was also Russian. And on the first day of school, when they sent us off to the ESL class, the man spent the whole time there, half of the day, speaking Russian. I came home and I said, I'm not going to learn this language with someone speaking Russian to me. And I asked my parents to go to the principal and put me in normal classes. That was a problem, because my parents spoke even less English than I did. But with the help of the translator, i.e. the same ESL teacher, we were able to communicate that he's actually inept at his job and I wanted out. The principal, of course, said that my parents are sentencing me to failure and do it at your own risk. And they did it anyways, and there were a couple of hard moments. I did get a detention for handing in a shit of paper. Come on, right? But overall, I did learn a lot more because I was able to push myself. But I still was not very confident in my language abilities or what I can do until I went to high school. And in high school, raise your hand if you had a high school teacher that changed your life. Yeah. I had a teacher like that, and she was an honors English teacher. And I met her before the school even started, and I fell in love with her. I mean, I really did. I was a 14-year-old kid, and I had a crush on the teacher. So I really wanted to go to her class, but of course, I don't speak English very well, so how can I do honors English? Well, sometimes love conquers all, right? What happened was that this woman, Ms. Goldholz, she was able to turn my reticence into confidence and into love of the English language. To the point that I graduated with honors, I went to University of Chicago, and I graduated University of Chicago with honors in English literature. And biology minor, which comes in important. And of course, I did what any graduate from University of Chicago, a Russian immigrant, would do with an English literature major. I became an English teacher in Japan. Revenge. So if you ever do meet a Japanese who speaks English with a Russian accent, he was my student. When I came back from Japan, I already had a goal in mind, and I was ready for my career in medicine. I always wanted to be a doctor, and for two major reasons. One, both of my grandmothers were pediatricians, which is somewhat unusual in the United States, but in Soviet Union, among all the bad things, the women did get a lot more rights at the same time as men. Plus, doctors didn't get paid much in Russia. The second one is everyone who I knew told me that I would make a great doctor because I have fantastic bedside manner. I believe that. I still believe that. But there's more to medicine than good bedside manner. You actually have to follow rules and regulations, and if you don't, people die. And I'm the kind of person who is not able to cook by recipe. Every time you guys use recipes when you cook, I do too, but it never works out that way. I always add something, let's add a little bit more. It doesn't work in medicine. So when I finally decided that that was not really where my skills are best used, I started my own business. And that was approximately the time that I came here to the International District. I started a company building fitness equipment for people with physical limitations. I invented this Bowflex for seniors, I call it. And most people have pipe dreams. Mine was just actually made out of pipe. And I was able to bring that business from a napkin drawing to market and have initial sales. But as I started doing that, I realized that I needed to speak a lot. And no problem, I thought. And my wife told me there was a problem. She told me to join Toastmasters. And for those of you who don't know, it's just an organization that trains people on their speaking leadership. And I said, what do I need that for? I'm not afraid of public speaking. And my wife said yes to it. But when you speak, other people are afraid of you, public speaking. Because I wasn't organized, I wasn't focused, I kind of rambled on, I got on the soapbox. And I had this belief that, strangely enough, if you don't agree with me, that means I didn't give you enough information. Let me give you more information. It doesn't work that way, as I realized. Soon enough, as I started building my business, I've become so good at speaking that other people started asking me to coach them how to speak. And from that, my passion turned into a calling. And now I'm a speech coach and a presentation coach. And I have a company called Speak with Power Consulting, where I help business professionals overcome the curse of fear and that curse of knowledge so that they can improve their efficiency, effectiveness, increase sales, bring in more customers, and speak with passion and power. And several people here have actually been my clients. I also had a great opportunity to speak around Rotaries in the area to help promote the three major goals that most Rotaries have. Aside from our goals of the committees and what we do, there's three major objectives that all Rotaries have. And that is, one, that we need to bring in members. Two, we need to raise money. And three, we need to change the world. And so when most of us as Rotarians speak about Rotary, if we do at all, we talk about things in general. And what I've realized that does not work. Just like data dump doesn't work either. The only thing that really works is to tell a story with a purpose that engages the audience in order to share knowledge, as opposed to sharing knowledge. And that was such a huge revelation for me that when I started coaching it, it not only changed people's speaking ability, but it actually started to change people's lives. And by creating presentations about themselves or about what they're passionate about, they were able to get jobs, find raises that they needed, get money that they wanted, raise money for their businesses, and it just thrills me. The most vivid example for me is that of Ray Cornell. He is a member here, and he called me up 2 years ago, and I thought he wanted to help with classification talk that was coming up. But instead, he asked me to help him with an opening statement for one of his clients who was accused of assaulting a police officer. And he was an immigrant, this man, and he was going to be deported. And he was innocent. This was a case of police brutality. And by working with him, I was able to help bring that forward and communicate that more effectively, and he was acquitted. And to me, that was just amazing, that you could do that with words. You can really change someone's life. So I'm here before you. I love Rotary. I'm incredibly passionate, and I'm really passionate about bringing more communication skills, more effective communication skills to Rotarians so they can speak with more power, confidence, and poise and change the world. And to do that, we also need to raise money. I did mention that, yes? So, we do have an auction item. I get to use my speaking skills in this way for this marvelous, yes?
And actually, I wanted to just share where we got this
Yes.
nice big box of almond roca candy. One of our speakers, I think his name was Richard Toms. He was here doing the prosthetic
The limbs for you.
Yeah,
Mhm.
limbs for you. And as a thank you, he sent this to us. So I thought this
So
was
this
a
is
nice
a
way
really
to,
sweet gift
yeah.
to raise money. Now, this is just candy, you think, but it's not. This is really the symbol of appreciation of how we change the world. Because even the speakers change the world by coming here and talking about it. So I am going to say that every time you eat it, you will appreciate Rotary even more. And for that, this is going to start at $15. $15? $15. Do we have $15? Do we have $16? $16 for this wonderful $17, $17, $18, $18. We have $18, $19 for this. $19. We have $19, $20, $20. Excellent. $25. $25 for this incredible, incredible sweet gift. $25. That is excellent. Do we have $26? $26 for this marvelous? $26. $26, you will get the first, you will get this and an email picture, ultrasound picture of my new child. $27 actually for that. That's definitely worth extra $2. You can, yeah? $30. $30 goes to Ahmed. Thank you very much, and I love Rotary. Woo!
Right now.
Carries it around.
Thank you both very much. Thank you.
Oh yeah, if I name the baby Ahmed, I'm one.
One thing we didn't leave, did anyone have any questions for Leo
Yes.
on that note? Any questions?
What happened to your bike machine company?
My fitness arch is still there. We kind of I'm looking to sell the patent or license the patent or find a group of investors who want to take it into what it justifiably should be, which is
There you go.
Bowflex for seniors.
An opportunity.
It's an amazing opportunity.
I'm not a senior.
Exactly. No one is, except those who are about to go to college.
Perfect. Thank you. That was great. And let's give him a round of applause. All right. Well, it's nice to see a new member here, or one of our members that we haven't seen in a while. Hello, Adam. Nice to see you.